and welcome to our stream, everybody. This is Ariel Gatoga, and we are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. This is a general reading for all signs for today, the 10th of August, 2023. Moderating on YouTube is the lovely Suzanne. Moderating on Twitch is the lovely Shirley. Thank you so much, Suzanne and Shirley. And thank you to everybody for joining us for this general reading for all signs. If you're watching us on a restream on YouTube and you don't want to watch me shuffle, you can fast forward through all of that, get right to the reading by using the timestamp in the video description. This is the deck I'm reading with today. It's the Tarot of Marseille by Fournier. It's not Fournier. It's Spanish. I was mispronouncing that for years, and somebody finally told me actually he's from Spain. Anyway, this is Provence Santé, and it's the Vervain. It's a beautiful Van, and I'm going to spray 3 sprays in this room to purify. And I like to use that instead of burning smudge. You can find information about both of those products in the video description of this video on my YouTube channel. This is going out to a lot of people, so if it doesn't seem to make sense to you, don't force it. It may not be meant for you. And if that's the case, just disregard the reading. And instead check out the zodiacal readings for your own individual sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. And you can find all of those really easily on my website just by clicking on the free tarot readings link right in the main menu. I don't read with card reversals, so I always turn those cards right side up because that's how I like to read the cards. I promise it's a very valid way of reading, and all is well. If you'd like to donate to this channel, you can do that by going to paypal.me/ArielGatoga, paypal.me/ArielGatoga. If you're watching live on YouTube, you could use a super sticker or super chat if you feel like donating on the platform, or if you're watching on a restream, you could use a super thanks. We also have a shop, and that's at arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com. We have all kinds of merchandise, including the tarot decks that I read with that are still in print. We make a small commission off of each and every sale. We do appreciate your support. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. And if you happen to be watching on Twitch, please make sure you follow us on Twitch. And you can watch on Twitch without any ads simply by subscribing to us there. All right, this is feeling pretty shuffled, so I'm going to give this deck a nice clean cut, and we'll see what's in the cards for everybody today. This is the 10th of August, 2023. Thanks so much for being here. We've got the Page of Swords, the King of Cups, and the Six of Wands. These two have been sort of like haunting different readings over the past week or so. I like when the Page of Cups is in the rear view like it is here. It's something that people are sort of like leaving behind them. And I want you to keep leaving it behind you. This is false information. This is bad information. This can be lies, but it can also just be misunderstandings or people that don't realize that they're spreading misinformation when they're talking. They may not be intentionally lying necessarily, but they're spreading misinformation. And so this is what we've been going through, many of us, dealing with that. And a lot of times when we deal with that and we forget to question, then what happens is we get all of the results of that. We get the results of living our lives inauthentically because we have bad information. So what you can do to make sure that you keep this in the past and you don't regurgitate it is to invoke divine truth as an actual sort of holy name. You can just say, I call upon divine truth. Only divine truth reveals itself here and now. Divine truth is the one and only reality in this situation. Divine truth is the one and only reality in my body, mind, and affairs. Because divine truth, when divine truth is present, all the lies have to disappear, just like darkness disappears when you turn on a light. Now here we have the King of Cups, and see how the mistruth, the Page of Swords is looking to the past. The King here is looking to the future. And the King of Cups is your own spiritual mastery. Your own ability to be a spiritual master. Now, to be a spiritual master isn't like an event in time. You can say, oh, yay, I got mastery. I collected that degree or something like that. It's not a degree you can get. It's not sort of like if you go through the right initiation or you study the right course that you're going to be a spiritual master. Spiritual mastery is something that we do in the moment. And spiritual mastery is something that we're always doing, sort of like working out. You can have a beautiful body that you've, been working out, but then you don't just say, okay, now that I'm there and I can stop working out, right? Same thing with spiritual mastery. It's an inner workout. And that inner workout is something that many of you are choosing over these misunderstandings. And what that does is it propels you into the future. And this future is beautiful because it's the Six of Wands. So where you're being propelled to go is a work in the world, a vocation, if you will, for some of you. It's going to be different for everybody, but it's definite work in the world. And it can be creative work, it can be a job, it can be a career, it can be a business, it can be any kind of work, spiritual work, whatever that work is that's meaningful to you. But see, since it's a 6, that's that solar light. So this is the work you are meant to do. This is your soul's work. And you don't want to judge that and say, oh, well, my soul's work isn't good enough or something like that. Or you don't want to judge it. You want to do it. You want to allow yourself to follow your passions in life. You want to follow those things in your life that you are destined to do. Everybody is predestined to be themselves. That's the only part of destiny that's true. You're destined to be your true self. You are destined to drop the lies. You are destined to wake up from illusions. That is true. But as far as what that looks like, that's up to you and your soul. And you know what those things are based on how they make you feel. And there's a lot of you that are really getting excited and getting inspired. And I want you to stay with that because you're going in the right direction. But there's others of you that think, well, I'm too old, or I'm, not educated enough, or I'm too busy, I don't have enough money. All these reasons why you can't follow your passions. And this King of Cups is saying, wait a minute, that's not the spiritual master that we are becoming. So please come back to center. This is your King of Cups, your inner King of Cups talking. Please come back to center, because yes, you will. Yes, you will follow those passions. Yes, you will realize those dreams. And I'm not going to go back to those old untruths, those old ways of living. I'm going to stay alive in you. So some of you have taken your spiritual growth to such a level that there is no going back, and that's beautiful. That is really, really beautiful. I'm going to shuffle and cut one more time just to be sure, and then I want to open all this up and see what else has to be said. But boy, that's a nice reading, isn't it? All right. A lot of us don't think of it as being our spiritual sort of responsibility to be happy and joyous and to follow our passions and to have our lives work out in wonderful ways, and to have our work in the world be that which we love, the things that we love to do. But that's the truth. Okay, that's the King of Swords, and he's trying to look into your future, isn't he? All right. We've got the Lover's card, and then we've got the Page of Cups. And these guys, the Page of Swords and the Page of Cups have been coming up as dueling pages lately. So these two pages are very, very different. But see, the Page of Cups has the Page of Swords' number. Do you see how he's kind of distracted, looking away from the Page of Cups? And the Page of Cups is saying, oh, no, you don't. I see you. I see you. I know what you are. The Page of Cups is good news. Good news comes straight from infinite intelligence, comes straight from what we call this solar light. And when that good news comes up into your awareness, into your consciousness, it's like turning a light on in a dark room, and there's no way for the darkness to hide. There's nowhere for it to hide. And so that's why these misperceptions and misunderstandings and things like that many of you have been going through don't really stand a chance once you are committed to your own spiritual practice and committed to hearing that good news. Now, this King of Swords is that part of the mind that won't give up in a bad way. That won't give up their resentments, won't give up their opinions, that even though they're based on faulty information, doesn't care. That's the motto of the King of Swords. I don't care. But it's not true. I don't care. But it's hurting people. I don't care. But you're getting hurt. I don't care. Right? That's the King of Swords. The King of Swords, all the King of Swords cares about is, I hate this person. I'm mad at this person. I hate this. I hate that. I'm right. You're wrong. And that's just, it's how it wants you to live your life. And that's, all of these court cards are personality facets. And these two kings do not, they don't coexist. Now, the King of Cups is very open and receptive, and so if you were looking at borders of kingdoms, this you would be able to cross this border easily, But this one, once you're in, you can't go out, as far as he's concerned. Once you're in, you can't go out. It doesn't want you to think about anything other than resentment and grievance and upset and opinions. And it doesn't matter if the opinions are false or not. It doesn't want you to know the truth, doesn't care about the truth. So that's that part of your personality that is looking like it wants to be in the past and stay in the past. But it's still a very potent force if we're not careful, And this Lover's card is talking about choosing. See, this is the arrow, and it's pointing at a specific direction, and these people are looking everywhere but that direction. And this is a card that's saying you need to allow yourself to be guided and led by your inner guide, by your holy guardian angel, by that spirit guide, whatever you want to call that. Because by yourself, you're not capable of making a good decision, because you're the one that was toying with this King of Swords earlier too. And a lot of times we can't discern, what am I listening to? Am I being motivated by the King of Swords, or am I being motivated by the King of Cups? Am I being motivated by lies, or am I being motivated by the good news? Now, one way that you can tell is the amount of peace that you feel in your body. And that's what this inner teacher is going to help you with, is which voice that you're listening to, which motivation that you have is bringing you peace and joy, and which is based on grievance and based on upset and based on being right. So there is a meditation that I have based on this Lover's card that you may want to listen to if you have time today. And it's you can just search my YouTube channel for it. It's called Receive Guidance on a Choice or Decision. That's the name of the meditation. It's based on the Lover's card. And basically what this is talking about is you have a choice about which voice you can listen to, the voice of peace and good news, or the voice of resentment and lies. But you can't listen to both at the same time. It's one or the other. And you being able to discern which is which, and so that you can make a choice that puts you back into that divine design of your life, which is where those passions are that we were talking about earlier, is by sitting and asking and listening to the most peaceful and the most joyous voice, and that's your motivator. And rejecting and disassociating with, disengaging with those parts of your mind that are constantly out to get and out to be upset and out to make wrong and want to be right at all costs, even if it costs you the truth. So it's a very important and beautiful day, and it looks to me like you are already on the right track of making the right choice. But it's saying very clearly here that you want to always ask. Don't get arrogant and think, oh, I got this, I know what I'm doing. Don't do that to yourself, because it's not you that's thinking that. It's your ego that's thinking that when you think that way. The real you, the real soul of you, knows that you're dependent on that guidance, and that's a good thing. And you want to be dependent on that guidance, just like you're dependent on oxygen. You don't get arrogant enough to think, well, I can breathe without oxygen. I don't need anything. I don't need the sun. I don't need oxygen. I don't need food. I don't need water. I'm fine just by myself. You wouldn't think like that. So in the same way, you don't want to think like, I don't need guidance. I don't need a spiritual guide. Yes, you do. We all do. And that's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. And that's what it's there for. And you're going to do great today. All right. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. And thank you so very much to the amazing moderators. Today on YouTube we had the lovely Jason, and on Twitch we had the lovely Shirley. I'm sorry about that. I made a mistake. Jason and Shirley, thank you so much, and we will see everybody tomorrow. Blessed be.